register. This is what your auditors said at page 32, volume 1 of my bundle of documents. The KPMG report found that 481,711 persons were not qualified to be on the register, but they were on the register. Duplicates. One person has several entries. If this number was below the margin of victory, it will be insignificant. The start of an election process is the voter register. It must be a very clean document. In this case, they started the race with a register by their own audit as at the 16th of June. The register that was gazetted on the 20th of June, that register had 481,711 persons who were not supposed to be there. Duplicates, several entries. The margin of victory by which William Ruto passes 50% plus 1 is less than 70,000 within this margin. The margin of victory by which is declared more than Raila Odinga, 200,000, again less than this. So the universe of the elections was already compromised ab initio, and the number by which it is compromised could affect and did affect the results. To use my Supreme Court example, I will say, if all the judges were biometrically registered, we know there are 7 judges, but we go a biometrics audit, we find there are 9 voters in that register. Would we say that that register is authentic? If they were to vote on an issue, and then the return is 4-3, and yet the register had 9 people, would we say that only those who are legitimately qualified to vote participated? I will say not. In page 36 of my volume 1, the audit report finds that 638,814 entries were noted to be null IDs. You have registered voters on the register who don't have ID numbers. Null. That is the quality of your election document. And at page 37, the auditors find that there are generic users who cannot be attached to anyone, generic users of the biometric voter register system who cannot be attributed to anyone. But more importantly, the auditors found that there were 14 non-returning officers, users, accounts that had been granted access, voter access privileges on the identity data management system. Non-users, some of them are referred to as Embakasi South clerks. People who had access to the system and they were able to make changes on the persons who are supposed to be on the register. Non-authorized users, their own document. At page 39, audit report finds that there are users who are not gazetted returning officers that have access to the database. It is important that we note this. Page 42, IBC's response to the audit queries. They said it was not humanly possible within the time available to deduplicate the register. That is, to remove those erroneous entries. So they are confirming they went into an election in which the register was compromised, and the number by which it is compromised could and did affect the results. They also purport to say that they cleaned the unauthorized users. At the time when they are doing it, your system has been compromised. There's nothing left to say. You are now running on autopilot, as the KPMG audit report says. The horse has bolted. The stable is broken. My lords and my ladies, it is my submission that when you look at the systemic issues arising and affecting the integrity of this election, should we even pay attention to the numbers which we are now being fronted? if the system was compromised from the beginning, the universe